Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Ron Harrison, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Toney, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another West Coast Wednesdays here on Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes. Joining me tonight, I got four of the co-hosts here. First off, let's give a warm welcome back, actually, to Mr. Ron Harrison. How are you, Ron?
Hey, glad to be back, guys.
Man, long time no talk.
We're trying it. I'm telling you, long time.
Yeah, it's been a what? How long? Couple months, right?
Yeah. I think it has been a couple months.
Yeah.
And then when I tried to talk to you on Sunday without having the right mic, that computer microphone, I guess didn't sound too good to you guys.
No, not at all. It was just bad. And I mean, now it sounds good.
Well, lots happened. I mean,
like right now, you sound
good.
real good.
I'm glad it sounds good.
But every so often, it'll get that that robotic-y sound. I don't know what it could just be, that internet, or who knows, or maybe you're moving. I don't know, but we'll get it. We'll get the bugs ironed out of it in no time. So,
Japanese karaoke.
Yeah, how's everything going though down that way?
Well, it's going pretty good. Of course, got the septic tank put in a couple of weeks ago. Got the sewer line all run.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do the well this weekend or first of this next week. And then half the house has been primered and painted with final coat of paint. The other half, we're still sanding a little bit on some of the mudding that we did.
Mm-hmm.
And, we'll get that done and primed and painted, and then get the flooring.
Nice.
Got a lot of flooring to put down.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to use that, what is it called? Laminate flooring.
Right, yeah.
A little over half-inch thick with a pad underneath it. So it's going to be pretty nice when we get that down.
That'll be cool.
And like I said, the vinyl siding on the outside will pretty much finish that up. So
good.
It's getting there. It's long road.
Well, yeah, but you're home now. So.
Robert, bless his heart, he's been working his butt off.
Mm-hmm.
And, the other things he's got to do, and it's coming along.
Right. You're home. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the key.
I'm here in Bama.
That's right. You're home, and hopefully you'll get in the water soon.
I have looked at that river and watched it, and oh, man, it's just right there now.
Yeah, it's just footsteps away, and you could be in
I might
the water.
just accidentally fall in it.
That's right. See? So you're there now. There's no excuses except for you're busy.
I'm here.
Get unbusy and getting you some gold again, right?
Oh, yeah. I've got to get into some gold again. It's been too long.
Yeah.
And listening to you guys every week, just, it works on you.
Uh-huh. Well, it's good to have you back, Ron.
It's good to be back. And I hadn't heard much on I don't know what happened to the, but I guess it's over with the
what?
The Biffle
Crony Club outing? Or?
Oh. No, where they had the gold competition.
Oh,
going
it's not
on,
over yet. No, not total.
That fizzled out. Well, sorry to hear. I wanted to see Dennis get his butt
it ain't
kicked.
over yet. It don't end until January 1st.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes until January 1st. That's the day.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's still time.
That's right.
There is still time, so no worries. All right, well, welcome.
Well, the Wandering Buffaloes are planning a trip, but we don't know where yet.
Uh-oh.
Anniversary time. Here we go.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, Ron, thank you, buddy, and welcome back.
To be back, guys.
All right, thanks for being here. All right, also joining us tonight, we got our very own Miss Kathleen Biffle. How are you, Kathleen?
Well, living the dream.
Living the dream. That's right. Heck yeah! What? So you're planning a little dig, are you?
Yeah. Well, we had to postpone our anniversary trip because I had some things going on at work at deadlines again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've already planned it off, so I know I'm going to get it. But we're debating a couple places to go to look for some gold.
Oh, nice! Some cool places.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Places where you have to travel.
Yeah, very cool. Places where you have to wander.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps motivate me too with these projects that I have because they're not fun.
Okay.
So I just
get them done.
I just keep thinking, here we go. Kind of like how Ron was when he was itching to move down.
Yeah. You're itching to get done.
It gets you through.
Yeah.
All that stuff, like you get to sell the house and.
Yep. Yep and yep. See, so any
well,
idea?
The hardest part was, 2 months without TV or internet. I mean, man, you go nuts.
Yeah, because you're secluded, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you are.
Yeah, you just need it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no one down here. Nothing.
Yeah, it's
which makes it nice.
Yeah.
That sounds fabulous.
So, when are you shooting for, Kathleen?
It will be the week after Thanksgiving.
Week after Thanksgiving. Okay, cool. Nice. Well,
I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not sure where we will land, if I could call in or not, but we'll find.
That'll be cool.
Go for the gold.
Heck yeah, that'll be nice. Get you guys out on the road.
I have to. I just have to say something real quick. I'm trying to answer. For some reason, I can't type in the chat room. So, I'm trying to say hi back to Thomas and Razor, and I just it's not letting me.
Yeah, you
for some reason.
Well, it could be because you're doing the show and stuff. That might be a little too much on your thing, and that could be why you get robotic every once in a while too, where it's
on that satellite.
Yeah.
So,
just don't even.
I just want them to know I've been trying to answer, but it won't do it.
All right. Well, Ron says hi, everybody. So he can't type tonight. Not while he's talking anyway. That ain't gonna work. It will not fly. Awesome. So when's your anniversary, Kathleen?
Uh-oh. I always go back and forth. November 15th.
Shoot. Is that it, Shad?
It's the 16th.
Oh,
Kathleen.
Can you say freedom pass? Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, I always get it wrong.
See, no, usually the women always know it.
Well, I have a lot of deadlines around that time of year.
Whatever. She doesn't remember it all. She gets it mixed up.
I do. Well, there's a lot of birthdays of people I know, and it's just a lot going on.
Yeah,
I'm getting too old to remember stuff.
Obviously.
Like you said, Scott, it's a get out of jail free card for me.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something I know. Tomorrow is my anniversary.
Ooh, hey!
Yeah. Don't ask me how long. I don't have a
Are
clue.
you guys going to a costume party or something?
No. We're not going nowhere. Probably.
I was invited to a couple, but I just didn't have the energy to find something to wear.
Yeah, no, we're just going to sit around.
Ours was the 19th.
Ours trick-or-treats tomorrow.
Ours was the 19th of September.
Oh, your anniversary was?
Yeah, it was the 19th of September, 47 years.
Oh, and you wasn't here.
Wow.
Yeah, you were on hiatus. You were probably on the road, I think. Congratulations.
No, we were here. We got here September 10th, and that was the day before the tropical storm hit.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
it's
yeah, right.
It's just that we haven't had internet or
Right.
anything for 2 months. So
Right. Well, congratulations. That's pretty cool.
Congrats.
Heck yeah.
Tim, are you doing
right
anything
back
special?
at you.
What? Are we doing anything tomorrow?
Yeah, are you
No.
doing anything special?
Well, we're going to pass out Halloween candy tomorry because
Okay.
that's our trick-or-treat.
But you'll be all dressed up, I'm sure.
Yes, we're going to costume it, yeah.
And I'm sure that's a good.
Yeah. I don't know. We might do something this weekend. We shall see.
Nice.
Yeah.
I always love it when somebody dresses up, sets on their front porch, and somebody walks by them to get candy, and then man, you're already in the zone right then. Boo! And you can't help it. You got your back turned. It's awesome.
Oh, that's what we're gonna.
Well,
do.
Halloween is a big time in suburbia.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
All the parents get these little portable fireplace things and put them at the end of the
Oh,
driveway.
yeah, you told me about that before.
We don't do that.
That's right, you did tell me.
We make them walk to the house with 5 barking German Shepherd dogs.
Come and get your candy.
And a camper, they have to walk around the camper that's in the truck.
That you ain't supposed to have.
Hey, Tim, that's why they give out the big candy bars.
Yeah. But what sucks is they don't do Halloween on Halloween. You have our Halloween's tomorrow. It's like,
They never do that anymore.
why? Why not?
That's the kind of world we live in now. There's a bunch of crazies out there.
Right, but they still do it. I mean, so why not still do it on Halloween night at least?
Yeah, we have it here on Halloween
Oh,
night.
you guys
usually.
do? See, ours is
Yeah.
tomorrow.
You know what?
Me
I
too.
want to know whatever happened to a pack of 6 kids. If one guy tried to get out and do something, a pack of 6 kids would have whooped their butt. Now,
Yeah.
whatever happened to that?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I'll give you a bag of candy about
Yeah.
15 times.
Yeah, I'm giving out bags of gold.
there you go. Give them black sand.
I was thinking about getting this little gold coin there, the treasure chest.
Oh, get that chocolate gold
Like the
coin.
bubble gum.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be neat coming from a.
I think we're going to send Shane out just as a prospector.
There you go.
That's his costume. We don't have to buy anything.
Cool.
Give them a gold pan and a pick and send them
Yep.
down the road. That'll work. They can throw the candy in his gold pan. Yeah.
Well, he can always use Shad's hat, too.
That's right, he could. Man. Crazy. Well, Kathleen, I'm looking forward to the news tonight.
Yep.
Awesome. And I want to thank you for being here, as always.
Yep.
All right. Also joining us tonight, we got Mr. Rich Cooley. How are you, Rich?
Pretty good. How's everyone tonight?
Doing good. What's been happening in Rich's world?
Oh, just working, getting ready to start working on the dredge.
Oh, you're going to work on that all winter, so,
Well, I got to jump on it. I got to find some pieces and parts and stuff, and I want to put a one-piece dredge system in it because it has 1.5 basically in it now, and I want to redo it. So
did you
I'm trying to find what I need, but it's kind of hard to find.
Is it? Did you get
Yeah, I contacted Keene, but they're not really too much help. But
Huh.
we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the other riffle set bent back.
Mm-hmm.
David Bogut gave me a riffle set, and it's kind of bent up, so I'm trying to get it to see if I can get it to work. If not, I'll see what happens. But
Well, you can always make you a new set, right?
yeah, but I don't know if I want to do that because you're getting a whole ball of wax there,
Right,
if you
right.
never built one before, because you got to have the right pitch, you got to have the
Sure.
right height, and you
Mhm.
got to have the right material to do it.
Right. Right, but you got all
What
winter.
size
It ain't as
box do
easy
you
as
have,
that.
Rich?
No. What's that, Ron?
It says Keene on the side of it, but
Mhm.
Is
that don't
4
mean
inch?
anything.
I'm,
Yeah, it's a 4-inch crash box.
well,
It has a 4-inch crash
Yeah.
box, and it's 16 inches wide on the inside, but the riffle sets are 15 and 13/16 wide.
Okay.
I'll measure the
And-
ones I've got because I took 2 sets. Remember when my 3-stage
Oh, yeah.
sluice on my 4-inch?
That's right.
I made
Oh,
it
yeah?
into just a single stage, and I've got those riffles to it. So let me measure those
Oh,
up, and I'll get with you, brother.
That's right.
Yeah, they're
Darth?
15 or any close to it. I mean, I can go with 15 and 7/8 or 15 and 3/4 is kind of pushing it, but it's a 16 inches wide on the inside, so as long as it fits in there, I can't do a 15.5 or 15 3/4 because it'll be too much gap. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah. I'm sure
Right.
they're pretty
and
much-
then I'd like Hungarian riffles, of course.
Mhm.
But
Right. Well, that's...
Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
Darth said, "Don't toss it. Darth wants it."
oh,
So don't toss it. Darth wants it. Okay?
well, I might not toss it, but I got to see what I can do with it first.
Well, if you decide to toss
So
it.
that's what I'm working on, and then
Cool.
I'm getting ready to put my fitting on my pump, and I got all but one gator lock fitting.
Oh, you did get your gator locks? Okay.
So yeah, I traveled around to different places and got what I could, and I had to end up ordering one because they didn't have what I needed, and but I got some other stuff to get yet, but I'm
You got that?
going to slowly start working on it.
Yeah, it's just now October, so you still got lots of time.
Yeah.
So, no hurries. You'll get her. She'll be ready come spring. It'll be.
Oh, no. It'll be ready probably by Christmas, maybe.
Rate you're going, it'll be ready by Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Keep it
I don't know.
playful.
Hunting season's here,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'll
true.
be
You
hunting
got
here
hunting
the next
season.
couple weeks.
Yeah. Yep. While you're sitting in that tree stand, though, you'll be thinking about your dredge.
Yeah, I've already been thinking about it.
What do I need? Where can I
Join
get
the
that?
Polar Bear Club.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Polar Bear Club.
Hey, we go out.
Hey, I used to do that. I mean, but it's when you got to drive 6 hours to get something good.
Yeah,
you know.
that's the rough
Yeah.
part for you. Yep. True.
When we go to 4 hours down in Virginia, it'd be all right. But it's got to be a half decent day to get the dredge out for that. You know.
Sure.
You got to drive that far?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I'm in Pennsylvania, 29 miles from the borderline of Pennsylvania to Maryland. Right in the center of PA, right below Carlisle and Harrisburg.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got gold. They got gold to the east of you.
Yeah, but you can't dredge in Pennsylvania.
Right.
You can, but it's red tape paperwork that's not even worth messing around, getting permits and all that stuff.
Oh,
you know.
jeez. Yeah. Yep. You'd rather drive the 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Than deal with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stuff that you really find in PA, you know, it really doesn't make it worth its while.
Gotcha. Wow.
Especially if you do it by hand, you know.
Sure.
At a 10 5-gallon buckets, you might find 10 specks of gold.
Oh,
It's not even worth
gosh.
it. So,
Yeah.
you know.
So they don't make it no fun for you.
No.
Not at all.
Jeez.
Obviously.
I mean, if you could run a lot of material, and you might have a better chance. Because the places that we've been, you got to dig at least 1.5 feet to even find gold. So.
Wow. Crazy, Rich. Ain't it?
I think the crazy thing is that's how I started. Just digging and sluicing, and then we never thought. I'm like, oh, we don't need a dredge. Then we
Yeah.
tried it, and we're like, we need a dredge.
Yeah, or you're in an area that you can do that. When you're only an hour or a half hour away or 45 minutes away, and you got decent gold, then yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's why I always.
Then you
I always
upgrade.
I always found somebody. I always found somebody with private land, and that was my best benefit.
Oh, sure. I wonder how it is on private land, though, Rich. You still got to have all that crap.
Legally, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yes, I'm with you. I'd rather drive the 4 hours. You know, and the gold's better.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it, Rich. As
Oh,
always,
thanks for
brother.
having me.
Oh, anytime, my friend. Also joining us tonight, we got our West Coast connection, Mr. Scott Swiftwater. Toney, how are you, Scott?
Who's that? Who's there? How you doing, guys?
Doing good, man.
Having
What's
fun?
happening? What's happening?
Man, I'll tell you what. The weather's changing, and man, the season's coming on. I already took one load up to camp.
Oh, good.
And man, it was so funny because I stayed the night there. I was like, okay, I'll build the tent tomorrow. Everything's gonna be cool. I'll stack everything inside. No big problems.
Mm-hmm.
One night, I go up there. We got 19 to 33 mile an hour winds. I'm like, are you serious? So there was no, I got a big canvas tent. I'm like, I'm not setting that stuff up in this. It'd be like hanging onto a parachute.
Sure.
So I just left it down and stacked everything up, and I got another load that I was planning on carrying up tomorrow. But I think, everybody knows how things go. Plans change, and I got to do a couple of tool fetching trips, so to speak, because I've got my tools kind of sprawled out a little bit. And I got to go get everything back up, and like I said, man, when you start out the season, you really don't realize what you did in the summer to lose some of the stuff. And I was like, man, and I'm still boggled over it. But I got the puffer out there, getting ready, and it's gonna be hand crank, folks.
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome. I already like it, and
I saw it on your,
your
video. You've got the big wheel on it, so that makes it a lot better.
I love, like I said, I like the spin of it. You just crank it a little bit and you're good to go. But for what I'm going to do, because we're not, we're going to get rain eventually.
Mm-hmm. All right, eventually.
And that's when
when do you think the rain will be there?
You know what? Right now they're talking about this could be the only October since, oh my gosh, I don't know the date, 19 something that it hasn't rained. So there's probably going to be something come in November. We're going to get something, but I don't think it's going to give us enough water to actually do what we want to do. Now, if it gives us like a 3-foot creek going down through there, we can dry land dredge. we already know that setup. We make an easement across the creek, and it kind of backs up the water a little bit. And then we can put our foot valves in that, and then use that water accordingly to dry land dredge. If it gets any deeper than that, then we're pretty much sitting on the side of the banks and taking out what looks like to anybody else it would be the bank, but it's actually what we call the medium line in the creek. Because when it's really flooded, you will never go down there.
Nice.
It's a fast canoe trip. If you fall in, bye-bye. Because I wouldn't see it for 2 miles, at least. It's gnarly. I wish I had video of that creek really fully running. I put some videos up on my Facebook thing, like last year of the Black Canyon Creek running, or the Aqua Fria, when it was really going really good. So I can imagine where we were digging. Well, that's the one that flooded my stuff out. So I can imagine what it looked like.
Well, like I said, it's getting close for you. You're already starting to get equipment up there, so you're about ready.
Man, I got the itch. I'm ready to go. I don't want to rush it because, like I said, if you rush it, you end up leaving stuff behind, and I don't want that to happen this year.
Right. Well, of course not.
It's like I said, it's those little things that kill you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll be up there before you know it. You'll be there. You will be getting some gold.
Savor the anticipation.
Yeah, right. Just keep. It's getting there.
Well, you guys got to remember, I do little things on the side through the summertime, but other than that, it's like you're almost sitting at home a lot. Mm-hmm. And trust me, people go, "Oh, I'd love to sit at home." I'm like, "What are you thinking, man? I did it. It's not fun. Who could do that? It's not fun at all."
No.
I'm just sitting at home is not fun, guys and gals. I'm just saying. Everybody thinks, "Oh, it's just nice. You can do whatever you want all day long." Yeah, but you know what? You end up doing nothing all day long.
Yeah, it's
and
boring.
It just, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I've done that before.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much things on the computer you can watch, only so much you can see on TV, only so many articles you can read in magazines. After that, you're going, I'm still sitting here bored out of my mind.
There went an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, only an hour? I could take another nap. Yeah. It will get old, yeah. You got to be out there. Good. So I'm sure you're chomping at the bit to get out there. And
yeah, I mean, it's time. You know what? Yeah. Ben, my partner, Ben Armand Caldwell, he's already been posting pictures.
Oh, yeah,
that he's
been finding gold. From Ben, yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, he thinks it's funny because he posts a picture and then I end up showing up there, but that's just the way it goes. It's not because I see the pictures of the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just know that the gold's there and it's seasons times there, and he's got about, I think a good month and a half, 2 months on me right now.
Yeah, it seems like he's been up there a bit already. Yeah.
Yeah, because he come down early this year.
Okay.
So he's got the jump on me.
Gotcha.
So, it's almost like Gold Wars, I don't want him to beat me, but I'd like to. I don't care to come in a close second, but I got to get on the ball. He's already got to jump.
Oh man, crazy. Well, Scott, I want to thank you for being here, brother, as always, and looking forward to In the Gold Fields with Swiftwater Toney tonight.
All right, man. You know I wouldn't miss it. I like you guys, and it's great being around here and listening to the stories that's going on, even with you guys back in the West Coast.
Oh,
and
yeah.
seeing the chat. It's awesome.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for being here. And last but not least, let's welcome our little buddy, the Indiana Gold Hunter himself, Mr. Dennis Dayton. What you doing, Dennis?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, thank goodness for the new guy I'm working with, Jim Swegman. He let me break out a couple minutes early.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm on my new shift, my 8-hour shift, Kevin Gadberry, the guy that I worked with on continuous, he's on 4 to 12 shift, and he took vacation this week.
Oh,
So,
sure.
my first week is officially a 12-hour week.
Well, so let's say what?
That's a big thank you, Dennis.
Yeah, so what, next week you'll be normal?
Yeah,
wait,
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm off this weekend anyway, so, which is nice.
Right. But I mean, like next Wednesday you'll be here, next Sunday you'll be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not on vacation next week at
Okay.
all. And, the good thing about it is that the guy on day shift, if he goes on vacation, it doesn't affect me because I only stay over till noon, so.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
So,
Well, you do mean as normal as Denny can be, right?
Yeah, I was wondering when somebody was going to catch that when I said normal. It was too late for me to say something, but I was hoping one of you guys would chime in.
Well, I was trying to figure out what normal is.
He's totally normal.
I love
I've met him.
Right, normal.
well, you're right. I guess I can't say normal, can I?
No, normal and Dennis don't go together in the same sentence.
Oh, I thought you said normal Dennis.
Yeah. So what's
No,
been?
those two words don't go in the same sentence.
No. So what's been happening in Dennis's world?
Oh, I'm just I'm itching to run my cons from last weekend.
Ah.
So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm gonna set it up run it on my new Coolio cleanup system.
The Coolio. All right.
The Coolio. What
Oh,
number?
yeah.
What
I'll be
number?
running that this weekend, and we're supposed to be going to going with Derek and John. We're headed up to Avon to the guy that owns the pit.
Mm-hmm.
He owns another pit up at Avon, so we are hitting that this weekend.
Oh, nice. That'll be cool.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Avon. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So
Hey, Dennis, are you gonna make a video of the clean out?
yes, I am.
Cool. All right.
Yep, I tell you what though, Corey, I don't think I want to see his cleanup, him running my dredge. I was running the 4, he's running the 3, and I think he got me beat. 'Cause, man, I mean, I was looking at mine, and a lot of my cleanouts, of course I didn't have, well, Derek, he was running the Gold Hog 2.0 down, up the creek a little bit, so I really didn't get a chance to, do a lot of my cleanouts. But I tell you what, I know I got some really nice color, but I'm pretty sure Corey's got me beat.
Nice. We want to see some pictures, or some video. And
No doubt.
Oh yeah,
Quick as you
I
get her
definitely have
done.
the video. I did post pictures on the site.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
definitely. As soon as you get her
Yeah,
done.
got some chunky stuff in there.
Cool. Yeah, we want to see it. We always love to see the pictures. Y'all know.
Yeah, me. I
And then, of course,
gotta catch up with you guys this year, man.
Yeah, and start getting.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, everybody's burned me on videos this year. In 4 months of being in the summer, I've been burned up on videos.
Right. Well, you'll make it up.
You'll catch up. You'll catch up pretty quick though. It's season's coming in, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll be catching up pretty fast.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, he'll catch up quick. Should anyway.
But I'll
Mm-hmm.
definitely have some good video this weekend too in Avon. So
Right. So nice, man. I am glad. I'm glad you made it, Dennis.
I'm glad I can make it too. I'm glad Jim let me break free a little early. So
Well, heck yeah. Well, let's go ahead and kick off the show and get her rolling. And it's time for one of my favorite segments. It's time for Kathleen's.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
Hey everyone, October 25th. Got some news for you. All right, so opponents of the Hecla Mining Company's projects near the Cabinet Mountains Wilderness claim its chief executive officer is not able to seek new permits until he accounts for millions of dollars in reclamation work. This is reclamation work that he incurred by his previous mining company. So, in a letter released Monday, the Coalition of Environmental Groups asked the Montana Department of Environmental Quality to suspend all permitting efforts requested by Hecla CEO Phillips Baker. So Baker was also formerly chief financial officer for Pegasus Gold, whose bankruptcy in 1998 left the state responsible for at least $30 million in acid mine contamination. This was at the Zortman and Landusky mines between Fort Belknap Indian Reservation and Malta. Yeah, so the Pegasus Gold, they're actually incorporated in Canada. In fact, they started in 1973. And what they did in the 70s and 80s, it operated mines in Montana, Nevada, Ohio, and Australia. But then gold prices slipped from $850 an ounce in 1980 to $238 at the end of 1997, hence filing bankruptcy in January of 1998. So the Zortman-Landusky mine produced about $300 million in gold over 20 years. Pegasus posted a $30 million bond for cleaning up the remains. The actual cost came to $63.5 million. Wow. Oh, that's crazy.
That's a little bit of money.
Yes, that's a chunk of change. All right, so this is, I guess it falls in entertainment news.
Okay.
So mining stopped last week for the Discovery Channel show Gold Rush. And this is the name of the group. Save South Park. It's a group.
Was Cartman leading it?
Yeah, Kenny was.
Somebody just killed me now.
I know. It's called Save South Park. It's a group about 30 people. They filed a lawsuit against the Board of County Commissioners of Park County, accusing it of abusing its discretion by granting favorable rezoning for the miners in the show against the recommendation of its own planning commission. A lot of the residents are upset about all the noise and at the work at the Fair Play Gold Pit, which started around the time the crews started to become associated with the TV show Gold Rush. The complaints include that the scale of the operation is much too large, it's destroying the natural beauty, and it's too noisy. They're saying that the equipment's going nonstop, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. So, as we know, the tensions around the Fair Play escalated during the summer, and that's when that shooting...
No wonder where the bullets come from. Hello.
Right. So... They're a bit upset, and the mine owner says the mining claim goes back 158 years. So they're saying that the rezoning is causing property values to plummet, and is having environmental impacts as well. Park County and the mine owner are being sued. The mine was in good standing with the state. As part of the rezoning, it accepted conditions to operate with the county, work with them. They compromised by saying they would operate for 12 hours, 6 days a week, for only 6 months. So conditions were put in place so the mine could be a good neighbor. Originally, the mine was going to operate 24/7. So they decided, to meet halfway. So Freddie Dodge made some comments on, and I'll quote him. He says, "I think they're using this to stop all mining. The mine in 1859, the mine was a mine in 1859. It was signed and deeded a mining claim by the President of the United States." He goes on to say, "We're mining here because there's gold here. It's probably one of the best placer deposits left in the state of Colorado, if not the best." He also stated, "We aren't mining here for a TV show. A TV show is following us mining here." So he goes on to say, "We're supplying good jobs for all the miners as well."
Right.
Yeah, and you know something, if they're going to do something on a TV show, trust me, all those records are going to be straight and in order. It might be a little drama,
They
but
don't want to be
they got them. They've got them.
Although, but before I say my last sentence on that one, I remember the Yukon Gold thing, though. How the individual just left it there. I forget his name already. I reported it, I think, last week or the week before. What was his name? See?
Okay, now I don't know.
I don't remember.
Me either.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that TV show backed him. So because he's paying
Oh,
off.
you're
That was
talking
from.
about
Was that from the Yukon?
Yeah.
Yukon Gold.
Oh, yeah. That was.
Remember this? What was his name? He had the white beard. He was a cool guy.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
But he didn't reclamate it. Is what the deal was.
Right. So that wasn't good. All right. Well, as far as that gold rush thing, I did read a little bit later that they're saying the mine will continue to destroy the environment. So a temporary restraining order has been filed to try to stop the mine from moving forward until the lawsuit is over. Now that's more to come on that.
Yeah, they're trying to put a cease and desist on it.
Interesting.
So they're playing dirty.
Sounds like.
Yeah. Well, I think Todd had a lot more freedoms up in the Yukon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So that brings us to global news. I've got a couple stories for global in the Philippines. The Mining Industry Coordinating Council, also known as MIC, M-I-C-C, recommended they lifted the open pit ban in the country. So last Thursday, MIC called for the lifting of the ban issued by former Environment Secretary Gina Lopez after a majority of the panel voted to lift the ban, provided that the mining laws and rules and regulations are strictly enforced. So this hopefully will improve their investment climate in the Philippines. Among the biggest prospective open pit mines are the $2 billion Pangilinan lead mine. Oh. And that's in Cerrado del Norte. So that's, I mean, and the other one's a $5.9 billion project, in pretty big. So Mick recommended it also expected to be present before the cabinet by early next month. They hope the lifting of the ban of the open pit mining will be implemented before the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so in Hope, British Columbia, junior miners are opposing Barrick Gold's idea to transform its old mascot giant nickel mine into a ski resort. So in an email sent out to the media, J.A. Chapman Mining Services engineer John Chapman said stated that his and other companies are still actively conducting mineral exploration in and around the area and are therefore against Barrick's recreation proposal. He believes that the giant's attempt to enter the hospitality business is just a way of turning a non-performing asset into a positive cash flow. He's saying they're doing this because the BC government has not given them a full release for future environmental liability as a result of the old mining operations, and once fully released, he feels that Barrick would be able to sell or option the property to a mining company and then could explore for more ore deposits.
Yeah, you know what? When it comes to something like that, there's no way I would go to any kind of resort that was around. You know how big of a hole you can fall into?
Maybe. Well, I don't know. Let's see. They talk about the features of this resort.
Big holes.
It's going to be called the Giant Nickel All-Season Resort. And it would be a year-round recreational playground.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Only 2 hours from Vancouver, and which will feature ski hills, a gondola, a lake for canoeing, villages and restaurants that will grow their own vegetables.
Oh,
I'll tell you what. You get up around Prescott here in Arizona, and you go walk around in the desert, in the bush, up and down the hills. If you're not looking down, you're gonna go bye-bye. You will fall down a hole you never even seen. I would never do a recreational nothing around a mine. No way.
Oh, geez, what would these companies think of next?
I don't know.
Can you imagine a hotel? That's funny. That's the fourth one this week. It's never checked out. We don't even know where they went.
What's happening?
Yeah, holy cow. I don't know. They're falling down holes. Crazy. I mean, they've got a lot of air holes and stuff like that. They're not going to go cover them back up.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big mine apparently in its day.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I think they actually closed it in 1973. That's the year I was born.
That's crazy. That's just nuts.
Yeah. Forget to mention Oak Island's going to be starting up again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know what? That's the second time I've heard about Oak Island. Okay, what is it?
Oh yeah.
What? Let Kathleen finish her news, and then we'll.
I'm not done with the news.
Then we'll explain Oak Island.
I'm sorry.
I don't care about Oak Island.
Yeah, we'll finish We'll talk about Oak Island in a minute. Go ahead, Kathleen.
We don't care about the
maybe
news.
if they found something, they'd make the news.
Yeah.
No, my fault. I went on left field. Go ahead, please.
That's okay.
Well, I think we're at the fun facts anyway.
Fun facts.
Yeah, we are.
Fun facts.
So I did something in hidden history. This is kind of interesting. Shoshone Falls on the Snake River. This is also called Niagara of the West. It's a tourist attraction, in part to a story of a small boat full of miners that went over the falls in 1881. Mm-hmm. Irishman Thomas Bell came to Shoshone Falls during the end of the gold rush on the Snake River. Bell would launch his little boat into the river and cross the current to an island above Bridal Veil Falls near the brink of Shoshone Falls. So in June 1881, several Chinese miners asked Bell to, bring them to across the river to their camp on the north bank. So when he agreed, he attempted to cross the river in an overloaded boat, and he ended up going over the falls, going down 200 feet and sinking. So they found his body, but they did not find the bodies of the passengers. Mm-hmm. So neighbors gathered Bell's mining tools in his boat, and they placed it in a cabin as a memorial to the 37-year-old miner. So I guess it's a tourist attraction now.
Oh, okay.
When you go to Shoshone Falls. So get your morbid curiosity taken care of.
Shoshone.
Yeah.
Cool.
And what state's that in?
That is it Idaho?
Oh,
Shoshone Falls. Where is that? Idaho?
Google it.
Idaho. Yeah, it's Idaho. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Is it Idaho? Shoshone.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong too.
I think that's right. I think that's right. Shoshone.
I was gonna say I think she's right on that one.
Yeah, I think it's Shoshone.
Shoshone. Yeah. All right. So another one. This is kind of fun. Did you know, besides the Grand Canyon, the Superstition Mountain Range in Arizona is the most photographed and painted landmark in Arizona?
Did not know that.
Not know that. It's been called by different names, by different cultures. It's known as the Crooked Top Mountain, Thunder Mountain, and Mountain of Foam. But it was actually local farmers in the 1860s that gave it the name, the Superstition Mountains. So, very.
You know what's really funny is because I can believe that the video I just made. I've had 3 people say that I did a fake backdrop on my opening. I'm like, do what? They go, that's totally fake. I can totally tell. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You painted it while you were sitting around the house.
Yeah, it's your fake backdrop.
And I'm just like, what? And they're like, oh yeah, it's totally fake backdrop. Blah blah blah. That's not the superstitions. I'm like, yeah, that's where the camera's on the hood of my truck. That's all I can tell you.
It's real.
But yeah,
they say like out there, it's crazy that the terrain is so rugged that every year they have 4 to 5 hikers die. Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, what's really cool is because you could go out there and like I said, when I went out there, I had everything in the front of me, and the more I sat there, stuff kind of wrapped around behind me, and I don't like that because when you get way back there at the Superstition Mountains, if it does anything out of nowhere, you're stuck. I mean, you can go way back in there, and man, if you go walking or hiking, man, some of those hills, good Lord,
Crazy.
So that's dredging up the news.
Awesome. Yay.
Carry on.
Thank you, Kathleen. All right, Dennis, explain Oak Island to Scott, would you? Because you're the Oak Island aficionado.
Well, it has a lot of history. Some of the former one of the former presidents have been there. There's been a lot of people dig. There's been treasure buried. They have found some treasures early on. One of the used to be a slave, and he left, I believe it was the States, and went to Oak Island, and he ended up buying a lot of the lots or the properties there because he ended up somehow with a lot of coins. So I think he found a lot of the treasures that were buried there, but you have to watch it because they kind of tell in the intro basically about it on every episode. And this year they've already said something about they already actually didn't find just a piece of wood. They actually found some treasure.
We shall see.
It's yeah.
When's it
Man.
And
premiering?
it's called The Curse of Oak Island.
Curse of Oak Island. Yeah.
Now, they've metal detected and found some really super old coins.
Mm-hmm.
Some on the beach, some on land. And the way that place was made, they showed like some of the booby traps that were actually made and
Crazy.
tunnels
Like
that
the
they-
money pit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, that's what's cool about you guys being back where you are, because you never know what was buried when at what time back then. It could be farmland now. It could be trees on it that used to be farmland. That's what's really cool about the East Coast. Is I always love that aspect. Is you never really know. Like even with a metal detector, it's awesome.
Yeah, sure.
In Kentucky, man, you find Civil War stuff. That's just cool. I mean,
Right, there's some
I think.
cool areas, and you're right, just never know unless you
Never
And they don't give up, and that's the thing. And this year or this season, they actually supposedly found it. So that's kind of just like prospecting. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been out prospecting and didn't find hardly anything or nothing at all. But heck, you just get back out and do it.
Yeah, let's just see. I'm looking forward to it. I always watch
Oh,
it
me
too.
too.
It's
Yeah.
just one of them things.
I kind of watched a show like that once. It was called The Goonies.
Yeah, right. And you do feel like that when you're watching it too. That's what's
I
pretty
know.
neat
Like,
about
are they
it.
ever gonna find the
Yeah.
treasure?
You're
Will
rooting
I
for
really?
them. You are rooting for them. I know. I'm like, come on, guys. You're gonna find it. Don't quit. Go another foot. Just keep going.
The Curse of Oak Island, we're all hoping they find something.
Other than piece of oak.
So they claim they're going to find something, and it's just nothing.
Yeah.
You
So
guys are
I'm really
fantastic.
keeping
The
my
one I
Well,
really
they actually
fingers
said
said
keep
that they
on
found treasure
going.
this year.
Yeah, well, let's find out. Let's see if they do. We'll be watching. Premieres when? I think the 11th, Dennis? That sound right?
I believe so. I believe that's right.
Something
Yeah,
like
I
that?
think it is.
Yeah, we'll have to tune in and check it out. And on that note, I think Ron's got now that Ron's back, we can have Ron read his metal prices and see what's happening here in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, gold's at $12.78. $12.78. It's up $3.
Okay.
Silver's up and 4 cents to $16.93. Platinum's $9.25, up $2. Palladium is $9.62, up $1. But at least gold's headed back up
It's
again.
climbing
That is
again.
Good.
Yeah,
Last time I gave gold prices, I think we were right at 1,300.
Yeah, I
so
think so.
Looks like it's been
Yeah.
hovering.
They're hoping it to hit 1,400 by January.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well,
That
today
would
at
be
1 today at 1 o'clock, I was looking at it. It was down $7.
Okay.
So it had a good spike. So something's going on. Tomorrow might be better.
Tomorrow might be.
Like a
Absolutely.
trampoline.
See it make 13 tomorrow would be nice,
Yeah,
I know, right?
Are we supposed to be setting our clocks back an hour this weekend?
I think it's next weekend.
Is it next weekend?
I think it's next weekend. Yeah, I think so. Not positive.
I don't know. I don't do that.
Is it next
I
weekend,
think
Ron?
it's the first weekend in November, I think.
Yeah, so I think
clock.
it's next weekend. Yep, I think so. All right, let's move along. And on that note, it's time for Mr. Scott.
And now it is time for In the Goldfields with Scott Swiftwater Toney. Join Scott each week as he shares useful information to help you find and recover more gold. Here's Swiftwater.
All right, I guess hello all, and I guess if you've been listening, you know what's going on, and I always love to hear Kathleen's in the news. I'm an information junkie, and I feed on that. So I actually had a story that would actually tape to Kathleen's story last week about the comets, but unfortunately the printing is really small, and I can't read that, so we're not even going to try. Yeah, we're not even going to try that. Well, I printed it off, and I'm sitting here on the back porch, and I thought it was going to be bright enough, but it is not bright enough.
Get the spectacles out.
Yep, get them glasses there. Pops.
No, I don't have. I mean, it's not. It ain't. It's just not bright enough.
Okay.
So, but what I am going to talk about, because it's what's going on right now, and hello, folks, it's the West Coast. Guess what? It's no rain. It's dry. It's dry, and we're dry washing. So. I've already seen a partner of mine. He's already getting some great gold right now out there doing a dry washer, and some places we actually dredge. So I'm surprised it's dry that deep. Usually, if you come out here and you hit some of these washes and stuff like that, the closer you get to bedrock, you'll find that it gets a little moist. And the reason why it is because at night the bedrock cools down. It's an ambient temperature. It cools down with the air. So when the morning and the sun hits back on it and it's still cool, it's going to sweat, and it makes the dirt a little wet. But what's really cool is because right now he's digging pretty deep and it's still dry as a bone. Mm-hmm. So we haven't had any rain this year or anything like that. And I think, like I was telling you guys earlier, this is, if we go the full October, I think this is the first October since '95 that we didn't get a rain.
Oh, wow.
So it's some kind of record in there like that. And like I said, I picked that up just on a fast feed. Somebody was telling me about that earlier at the store. Like I said, I get a lot of information from a lot of places. I always ask people what's going on. I don't mind to talk to people. It's always fun to me to do that. But no, we're getting ready to do the dry washing thing, and I'm doing the little puffer there and making it happen. I love my test run on it. Everything really worked out good. It actually kept what I want a dry washer to keep. Mm-hmm. And I actually was doing a test. I did a video, but after my tests, I actually did a test with the time. And the time is pretty much, I got the same time as running my 140 to run a full hopper.
Okay.
But then again, I'm just doing it this year because of the gas and the oil and the motor and all that good stuff. So that's why I tried that. But I put a test at it, and the time comes down to the same time era. So, and the reason why I'm thinking about this is because when I do not have a full hopper and it runs empty, and I have not had a chance to get back up with another bucket, my motor's still running. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm trying to cut down on this year. And I'm going really light. I've got new 3-inch hose. Got to buy that, by the way. And I'm waiting for the water to come, but you can't guarantee anything. So, like I said, we're dry washing, going back to the same places we know that the gold is, and trying to ride that bedrock action, what we call it. Try to get like 3 feet and then hit bedrock, which is really good for us because out here, if you get the wrong wash, y'all, you can dig 15 feet and never hit bedrock. There's some big washes out here, and you'd swear they hold gold, but mm-hmm. once you dig in them, you're going to find out no, they don't. So
I can't wait to see pictures of you next year when you get done running that handcrest. You're going to look like Popeye.
Yeah. Well, he's got. Go ahead, Scott.
You got to look at it this way too. When I go out, you got to remember I don't do a whole lot in the 4 months that I'm back home. So you pick up a little, a couple pounds here in the gut, and you get a little bit out of shape. When you're doing that, it's just like working out again. It's a double-edged sword, but I think I'll be all right.
Oh yeah, you will.
Now, don't you have a big wheel on that thing or something, Scott?
Yeah.
That makes it like.
Yeah, it's got a nice crank wheel on it, and like I said, it's about you get one puff per pretty much a pull around, but there's a certain rhythm that I always like to hear out of a puffer dry washer, and I always keep it at the same rhythm.
Right.
I don't speed it up or slow it down. I always try to keep it the same way because, back when I first started this stuff, when I moved out here, I was thrown in the middle of a bunch of old timers, and I got beat up, laughed at, poked at, fun. It's just the way it goes. But you learn real quick on what to do and what not to do.
Right.
So, but what's cool is because, like I said, I've got my classifier out there. It's actually the top of my 140. I want to use that to classify it down, and then after that, whatever will go through my dry washer will go through. Anything comes off the back edge, I'll check it at the end of the day with a metal detector along with the tailings pile over at the dig site itself. But what that does to me is I can actually taper the feed up a little bit and get a nice aeration of the lights. Like if you have just enough lights on there that it causes that air to push it up, that's about where you want to be. You don't want to go over, you don't want to go under. If you go under, you're not going to get that push. If you go over, something might not get that push at least till the third or fourth riffle, and you're taking a chance on gold riding on the top of your lights. So there's a fine tune in it, and that's what's really that's what I really like about it, is because they're almost like you're set up ready to go, and if you got a little tilt back, put it down, because you'll have that favorite spot, and when you work it, just like any dry washer, you're going to have that favorite spot where you think that it finds the most gold. Some's going to be tipped down really far, some's going to be brought up really high. So you never can tell with people like that, but they always find gold, and it is what they like.
Right. Now, didn't you make a video the other day running that thing, Scott?
Yeah, it was like I said, I ran the puffer and I tested it, and it was not, like I said, there was no claims on the site, and there's probably a reason why. That's why I didn't find too much gold. But I was actually, like I said, I found it was like, wow. If I could mine black sand, I probably could have got a lot of money out of that one hole right there. I mean, I'm serious. It was like 2 feet thick. I was like, holy cow. Tell me there's something in this thing.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, when you see the video, I never lie in my videos. I found one little speck, and I was like, well, that would be telling me why there's not a claim on the land.
Right.
Because it's mostly black sands.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I had to take off from there and get out because the rain clouds were getting around the back side of me. And, I don't worry about the ones in front of me because you can always run from something. But if it gets around the back of you, you can't get out. So it was scary to me. And I just took the time that day to drive out there and do the video. And I thought, man, nobody said anything about rain. So that was kind of like out of nowhere.
Gotcha.
I'm like, wow, that just goes to show, and I should have put that in the video. It goes to show you just how things can change out there that fast.
That would have been
because I left in like 85, 89 degree weather, sunshine, no clouds. I get there and get back in the mountains, and all of a sudden it's just like it's been a gloomy day all day.
Right.
Oh, it scares you.
I bet. Especially if you live down there, be weird.
Exactly. But if you guys are dry washing this year, I'm going to give you some tips right now. Number one, I cannot specify this enough. In the morning, if you're working out here in Arizona or Nevada or Southern California, man, classify that stuff up in the morning. Try to get you a big grizzly or something that you can classify it out quick, and get you some buckets set in there. That way, later on, when the heat actually comes up and the sun's beating down upon you, you can actually be underneath a canopy, and you can work that stuff at your leisure and take the buckets out and get rid of it. That's one of the biggest advices I could ever get to people, because I hate to see people overworking themselves, and I do see that a lot out here. So, always have just like I said, in the morning, man, when it's cool, take that advantage. Don't work the machine, don't let the machine, I should say that, don't let the machine work you. You work the machine.
Mm-hmm.
So, have them babies classified up, because it makes a big difference at the end of the day, especially in your muscles. I mean, you can always pour half and half in a bucket and get rid of half a bucket here, half a bucket there, and be nice and consistent until the end of the day, and didn't even break a sweat. But if you sit there and you're pumping stuff in directly into your feeder, not classifying, nothing like that, you're going to get wore out. By the time noon comes around, you're going to try to eat something. Once you do that, you're going to be looking for a what do you call it, a cot for a nap.
Yes.
Scott, what sizes are you classifying to?
And right now, I see Bruce put that on there. Classifying down goes to the consistency of what gold I'm finding. If I'm on down here on Ben's claim, I'll probably classify down to about a 1/4 inch, because there is what we call cornflakes. And I actually had 2 earrings made for my girlfriend like that, because they look just like a cornflake. So there's always chance of those being in there. But me, myself, if I was going to run something back through my puffer, I also have a screen that goes on top of that classifier that takes it down to about a little bit over 1/8, not too much. And I kind of like to use that a lot better, because I find a lot of fine gold and a lot of bigger flakes, but I don't need any of the extra stuff. And like I said, at the end of the day, you take a metal detector across it, and if it's there, it's going to sound off. You're going to hear it. And that's why, like I said, I always try to keep my tailings away from the dry washer and the motors and my tools, because you never know when you can bury something. And I don't need that extra, attention digging something up to go, oh, okay, I found it. Okay, now go back through it. So I always like to keep those two things different. And I find it phenomenally works well. You'll work a lot more dirt during the day, because when you classify it, you're putting, maybe 2, depending on what you're classifying it to, 2 to 3 buckets in one bucket. And then you run that. I mean, picture how much that was if you was just shoveling it right in. That's a lot of shovels.
Sure.
It wears you out.
Yeah.
And it will break your elbows down, just to tell you the truth. My elbow has got better after last year. We started out dry washing, and I was doing what we call rock clanking, trying to dig in sand and rock and hitting rock every time. We call it rock shock. It goes into your elbow, and yeah, what do they call it? Maybe tendonitis or something like that.
Tennis elbow. I call it judger's elbow.
Yeah.
Myself.
Yeah. I mean, you wake up in the morning, you go to pick something up, and you're like, oh, what the heck? You're looking at your elbow like, is it bruised? Did I hit something? What's going on? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got that last year, and through the summer, I kind of babied it a little bit. I've kept working it out a little bit, but not, doing too much with it. Banged it here and there.
Mine's super bad right now. It's just bad.
Yeah, I mean, you work a nozzle. I mean, people think it gets easier when you work a nozzle on a dredge, or if you're dry washing, shoveling. You're still moving stuff, folks. I mean, you got to do it. But yeah, you go in and hitting that rock, ping, 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 and your elbow takes a beating.
Yep.
That's why I always said, I hate going out and starting your dry washing. Now, it doesn't bother me if you go out wet first, and then it just dries up, and you're like, okay, I got to switch to do what we got to do, because everything up high is dry. Mm-hmm. But to go out, and it's like, man, it's been the driest. This just stinks. No rain. Never seen it. It's not even here. Not even close. and now we got to do this again. Because we move big rocks, and it's not fun.
Right.
Oh, we got rocks like the size of VW hoods.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's no fun. And
Yeah, people come out like, well, it's a big rock. I wonder what's underneath it. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not digging under it.
I'll dig around it, right?
Yeah, it's just a good way to get smashed out here. I'm like, no, ain't trusting it.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
Yeah, you always, and that's another thing out here, digging, man, you got to pay attention, guys. You have to pay attention when you're digging. Anything over your head, that's just, I'm just going to say that's just a no-no.
Gotcha.
You know, if it's down where you're digging, it should be up where you see the rocks above your head.
Mm-hmm.
Don't test at the bottom.
No, don't take a chance.
Yeah. Oh no, it'll knock you out. Nobody will find you for 2 days.
Right. It's just
If
not
that.
worth it. Right, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I've seen some people do some crazy diggings,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, and I warn them one day, and the next day I come back and I warn them again. And after that, you know, you really can't do anything with anybody. You know,
No.
they only want to learn as much as they want to be learned. So,
Yep, some of them like to learn the hard way.
well, you know what? That's what they do, I guess. And then they get scared and run off a claim. I'm like, well, you know, don't dig down below you.
This is true.
Yeah. But anyway, another thing that's going on this year, which is going to be cool, is I am using the funny dredge.
The what?
I don't. You know what? I've got this. I'm calling it when I make the video. It's going to be called the funny dredge.
Okay, you named it. All right.
Okay, now this thing, believe it or not, it's a tube approximately about 3.5 foot long. Now, this tube goes from 3 inches into about a 4-inch egg-shaped oval with the bottom being flat. Now, in that bottom, there is 24.5-inch riffles coming out of it. So I am going to test this thing. It was called a prototype back in the day. I actually bought it from an older gentleman that was getting rid of a couple other things that I've got. And he put that in my hand, and I thought it was just a jet flare. And I thought, oh, all right, no big deal, I'll take it. And then he said something about being a prototype. Well, I was loading everything up. I really didn't hear him that good. But I remember him saying that. But I started looking, and long and behold, that tube is a dredge in itself.
You gotta post a picture of that thing.
I'm trying to picture
You
it.
know? Right, he's talked about it before, and I keep
It's
trying to
kind of
picture
like
it.
the one that was on Bering Sea Gold called the Dragon.
Yeah, kind of. But this thing, you know what? I can put this on an inner tube. I can put it where I need to go. And if I have to pull it up a creek, even in rushing water, if it's floating, it's light enough. It will not pull me back.
Right, but isn't this supposed to be submersible?
Well, you can put it underwater, but you really wouldn't have to. I would rather
I
have.
thought that's what it was designed for.
Yeah, I'd rather have the flow going out out in the open, like a sub pump, like a full push. You know, if you got water behind something pushing out, it's going to create a little bit of a back force. If there's nothing there, just air, it's going to blow out like a fire hydrant been broke.
Right. You're not talking about the bazooka dredge thing you bought.
No,
right?
no.
This is something different.
That's totally different.
Okay, right. This is something totally different.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I remember you said something about talking about it. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
those are the
Okay, so
those are the big things.
Yeah, right. Those are those big things that go underwater. Yeah, this is something totally different. I want to see what you keep talking about. It's like I want to see this thing. It's almost
this one. That's what I'll post pictures of this one. The other two I'm not going to do yet because I want to find out if they really work the way they're set up.
Right.
And if they are, I might inquire on doing something with it. But this one little tube thing is just, it's cool.
Right. I'm just picturing like a tube with riffles in it. Is what I'm picturing.
Well,
and it I guess could work.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was a jet flare for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I said, we started looking at it, and I opened it up, and I was like, that's not what it is. I was like, oh, this is funny. And she goes, well, I'm like, well, I think he said something about a prototype. And she goes, well, we already know what the other two are because the other two look exactly like you'd see on, you've seen Under the Water and Bering Sea Gold.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the nozzle and the big box at the end of it, and it just goes up, runs out, and it's done.
Right. That's why I said
Yeah.
I want to see this other thing. Yeah. Post
This,
a picture
like I
of that
said,
when you can.
this one's like 3 inches to 4 inches, and then about 3.5 foot long, and that's the whole thing. It's kind of cool.
It's weird. It sounds weird.
Well, it's going to be neat doing a test on it just to find out. Hey, because
Heck
it's an
yeah.
old timers setup. It's not, it's not somebody just made this 10 years
No, I
ago.
ain't never seen nothing like that. That's what I said. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
See a picture, and hopefully it works.
But whoever did design it really well, because whatever comes in the 3-inch tube, it goes into a 4-inch tube, so it's plenty of room for blowout.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't get clogged.
Right.
So it's a great design. And then the riffles, there's like 24 or 25 riffles I think in it, and they're 1.5 inches high.
Yeah.
So that's a
weird.
pretty good eddy
Yeah.
coming through that much force.
Mm-hmm.
Well, any
Strange.
gold should fall right behind it.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty neat. I just want to get a picture posted. And I know you'll do a video when you run it, so that'll be cool too. Just to see. I've never seen nothing like this.
No, I just think it's going to be really cool because if it really works, it's going to be like the lightest thing you ever seen in your life.
Right.
I mean, if it works where I'm going right now and it keeps like the gold, I know what kind of gold I find between what mesh and how big and how chunky. If it keeps the gold where I know where I'm digging at, I'm going to be like, wow, this is cool because it's so little and light. You can do like I think Shad just said, I could put it underwater. I could put it on an inner tube. I could put it over a bank to blow in another creek bed. There's a lot of things you could do with it because there's no legs. Just tie it to make it level and let it go.
Yeah. Sure, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I know. I'm excited to see the video on it. I want to see what it does, how it does, and then you'll figure out all the details about it, like how often you'll have to clean it and stuff like that, right? As soon as you get to playing with it.
It's about 4.5 inches wide, and like I said, it's about almost 3 feet long, 2.5, 3 feet long on the riffle action. It's got about 25 riffles.
Okay.
But the riffles are pretty big, so that's going to create a pretty good eddy. I'm thinking you could probably get a good 2 hours or better out of it. You could get a tank, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm almost pretty positive you could get a tank out of it.
All right. Pretty cool. Can't wait to see it, man.
Yeah, it's going to be neat just to see if it works.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But like I said, though, that's the things we're going to have to wait for because we're all doing stuff that's dry right now. And I see a lot of my friends out there in radio land and Facebook land and stuff like that. They're finding some pretty good gold running dry washers and having a good time doing it. Mm-hmm. Temperature ain't too bad. Like I said, the season's getting ready to start. Everything's getting going, and I can't wait to get up there and start actually doing some good videos and getting some good interviews is what I'm waiting for.
We want to see you get out there, man. Dang.
Yeah, I want to get some good interviews with people, some newbies and stuff like that. I've met a couple of newbies up at the campground already, and I'm like, man, these are going to be great subjects to come in on our show on Wednesday night because these guys are like the real newbies. Their questions are going to be real and stuff like that. I mean, we ask people to call in, but unfortunately, nobody does. I don't know why, but if they got questions, I always love to answer questions from people. That's the greatest thing. Especially if you've never did dry washing or if you did dry washing, if you got a question. Right. It's just awesome.
Yep, sure is. Definitely is. Excuse me. Well, hopefully you get out soon, Scott. That's all we can say. Soon.
I'm dying. I'm dying over here.
Like you said, I've seen, pictures of where people they're definitely getting out there. Like you said, Ben's out there, and Heath in the chat room on Spreaker, he's out there, and he's up in the Vegas area. He's getting out dry washing, so they're getting out there. So we're waiting on you.
I know, right?
It's waiting on you. You got to get out there.
and you got to remember, we got to do stuff through the winter time. You guys do the garage mining thing. We got to get out and actually do the real thing.
Right. Well, sure. So that's what I said. It's got to be like right around the corner for you, and
Well, like I said, the end of this month. What is today?
Today's like the 25th. Yeah, this
I
month's...
got 4 days, and I'm out.
Okay. All right, cool.
And then after that, I'll be up. Like I said, I'll be at the Black Canyon City Campground. That's where I'll be doing the Wednesday night shows, and hopefully, I want Ben Ironman Caldwell to set in with me and have fun, because you guys will like him a lot, and he's a funny guy. But I like to bat things back off and forth, because we don't always match eye to eye on opinions. He's got his opinion, I got mine. But it's going to be great when we're talking with somebody to have, you guys can decide, which way's the best. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to be an exciting to the show. It's going to bring a little character. Since,
next Wednesday you better be there. Then, right?
Next Wednesday, I should be there.
Right, you should.
I should be there.
You should be in the gold field. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And and you know what? Like I said, I spend my time in the gold fields. Our base camp is at a campground.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because I've got the Wi-Fi and I got just a little bit of power, and that's all I need. But for the most part, we're still in a tent. We still break. It's still a struggle.
Oh, sure.
But but I gotta have, like I said, I have to have that little bit of power so I can do my videos for people, and then I hope I'm going to do a test with Tim when I get up there, and I want to make sure that the Skype's going to stay on. It's going to be good for West Coast Wednesdays and everything like that. So, But yeah, hopefully in the future, man, it's going to be awesome.
Good. We can't wait to start seeing some pictures and videos coming from you. It's been a long winter for you, and we know you're ready, and we're ready to start seeing some pictures. Get out there and get that gold. Man.
Dennis and Kathleen, they're making me look bad.
They're just rubbing it in your face. Looky here, Scott. Look what we got. Yep. You know how they are. They're rotten. Yep.
But like I said, they're going to do. They did all right this year, and
they did great.
I don't think they're going to stop.
No, not them. They'll never stop.
No, we're still going.
They're too determined.
Yeah. For us, it's a catch-up game because we don't have no water in the summer, and you got to go out dry washing. And trust me, if you're not running lights in the middle of the night, you're not working.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, you're pretty hot.
Right.
But I just don't like the nights under lights. And people's like, why is that? I'm like, because that's when everything comes out to hunt.
Sure.
I know.
And everything behind you is dark.
Right? I don't think I would like that.
It would probably be kind of fun.
Everything. Can you imagine everything walking by? Oh, look, a smorgasbord under the lights.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's under the heat
the watering hole too. So
that's even better.
And you're under the warming lamp, keeping their food warm.
I look like a giant hot dog.
Well, they say reptiles see heat, right?
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah. Oh, Kathleen.
Hey, at least you could see them coming.
Yeah, I guess. Unless you look
what?
At the
No
light.
way. They blend in with the sand, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you'll still. I mean, you look around. There's a rule out here. If you see dry cow patties, kick them out of the way. Make sure they're not even in your path. If you see a rolled up cow patty, it's not a cow patty after that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they look exactly like it.
That's
way. Yeah, we have a thing because there's a bunch of
they have wild cows out there too.
They're free. They're wild cows. They're free range cows.
Wild. They're wild, Scott.
We don't have that here in Ohio.
Well, we got normal cows.
These guys they lease the land, and the cows go where they go because they can go wherever the heck they want to. But you can't get out on the roads. I mean, they got fences and stuff to keep them out. But yeah, just don't trust a cow patty. I don't care who you are.
I don't think I've ever trusted a cow patty.
Yeah, right. No matter where you're at.
I don't think I would want to go up and kick it either.
Right.
Well, there was a time you guys remember me posting the pictures of the year I had like all the snakes around me. I mean, they were just like I was a snake charmer.
I can't remember.
I was putting it on Gold Prospector's
I'm sure
face.
They're still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate snakes.
She was walking down the path in front of me. I told her, stop. She goes, what? I said, stop. She goes, why? I said, look. She goes, what? I said, what do you see right there? She goes, it's a cow patty. I said, really? I said, I kicked all of them out of the path. Now, what is that? She goes, you can't be for serious. I said, walk up there a little closer, find out.
Oh,
she took 2 steps. She goes, that ain't no cow patty.
I'm with Kathleen.
Now, after that, she learned, no way, Jose.
Crazy. Ain't it? I ain't kicking cow patties.
Yeah, you gotta be careful out here.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, we'll leave that to you. That's why you're out there in the West Coast.
And I learned something new too.
Right,
you know, because I'm not used to going out there.
Yeah, we always learn something here every week. Learn something from Kathleen, something from Scott each week with their segments. That's pretty cool. You know.
Well, man, I tell you what. I hope from now on, you know, when I get up there in the gold fields, I'd like to interview people like us that go out and dig.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to actually get those kind of people on here and you know, to me sitting at the campground, you hear these guys talk about going out and dig, and they got really they got the passion, they got the drive, they want to go get it all. And it's really good, you know, hearing these guys kick it up and talk it like that. So it's gonna be fun for me. I hope it's fun for everybody else.
We shall see. Sounds pretty cool. We shall see. Like I said, we'll make sure we do a test when you get out there, and we'll see what's happening, okay?
Yeah, because I don't want
Sounds
that
good.
going off. I don't want that to happen.
Right. Yeah. But
How long will you be out there?
I will be out there until April. My birthday's April 18th, so April 20-something, 24th.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Way to go. Now, any ideas of what kind of numbers you shooting for this year?
Well, folks, hate to be like the Hoffmans,
but only 5,000 ounces.
I'm actually this year starting out with the puffer, and like I said, I'm going to use some experimental stuff this year, so that might set me back a couple days. But I'm going to look at a goal of maybe 4 to 5 ounces, and that's a possibility.
That's a nice goal.
Cool.
And that depends, you know, because me and Ben might take off and hit another claim here and there when the timing's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's water on certain other claims that we know we can dig onto, it's always better to go take gold somewhere else than where your claim is. So we kind of do that as well. So, I mean, yeah, I'm thinking maybe so.
All right, that's definitely a good number. You know, keep us posted. All right. We'll be asking you.
And like I said, you guys, if you get into Black Canyon City, you guys, there's a lot of stuff around there to dig, and it's a fun part.
All right, very cool.
I think it's a fun place anyway.
Oh, cool. Well, like I said, keep us posted, you know, and let us know. We want to hear.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, buddy. Awesome. All right. Well, that it then? That wrap that up, Scott?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, you know, I just want to touch on certain things and just talk a little bit. Man, like I said, it's hard to throw something all together and make it happen on a radio show. And I just, like I said, I can't wait to get up there and have some guests on and make it a little more fun for people to hear, like people like, you know, everybody's listening that does their own stuff to be out there doing it. So
well,
I always like to get call-ins, but I never can get them for some unknown reason.
Get them. We'll get them when they're ready, right?
Yeah, I know, right? They just call in when they're ready, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and wrap it up. It's getting late, so, you know, if you guys ain't got nothing else, anybody? Kathleen?
Okay. Crickets.
Crickets? Okay, Ron, crickets?
Crickets.
Nothing here.
Scott, crickets?
I guess, you know what, I'll take crickets.
Rich, crickets? Crickets to everybody. All right, we're going to wrap it up. We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to tune in Sunday for another great show. We want to, one more time, welcome Ron back and thank Kathleen and Scott for their wonderful segments tonight. And on that note, be sure to tune in Sunday. Thanks for listening, everybody. Good night.
Good night, Gold Diggers.
Good night, everyone.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.